We had like a lady down the street that was we had a lady down the street that would do substitute teaching. She was a substitute teacher, and she was like banging like a couple of the kids, and they were like also like mechanics, and then one of them would like get drunk and chase us around the church like field in his car, like in a sedan.
100%.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you this. So somebody got a CB radio by us, you know. So this one lady that used to do substitute teaching, right? Her son had like his mouth was always real slippery. He had like a kind of a salivary deal.
Disorder.
I wouldn't say disorder. Okay. But he had like
it's a deal.
He was missing a gasket on one of the edges. I would say that.
Just leaking.
Yeah, he definitely, yeah. Like you wouldn't fucking, if he leaned his head to one side, dude, you're going to have to dry him up, you know? So this fella one time named Michael was his name. And he, so anyway, his mom would hook up with his boy Clint, like Clip, but with an N in it. Was how he said his name. When people would be like Clint, like Clip, but with an N in it. You're like, that's a way to do it. Anyway, so his mom would make us stay out in his car when she would come over and they would hook up in the house. So he had a CB radio, right? So he was 16. He's in there hooking up with the teacher. We'd be on the CB on the ham radio, just you know, pigeon to fucking hospital or whatever, you know, and so some dude comes off the interstate, right, one day in a semi-truck into our neighborhood. This guy ended up being a pedophile. We didn't know. Me and fucking lip Michael were in his truck. He fucking making us eat Tootsie Rolls inside of his truck, right? The guy who's inside with Michael's mom comes out, sees what's going on, and beats the shit out of the dude, man.
Oh my God. Wait, the dude was feeding you candy?
Tootsie Rolls.
Doing how much Tootsie Rolls we could fit in our mouths. And we didn't know.
Was it like a test?
You ate the candy.
I didn't. I mean, I had probably 4 in my mouth. I had a small mouth.
Oh, no. How many was in his mouth?
Like that.
I have a small mouth, but I have always had a small throat, so I'm afraid to have a lot in my mouth. This one guy, he used to give us maybe $4 or something. And he'd to look in his ass, bro, and he'd walk about like 20 feet off and hold his ass open. As long as we looked, we got the money. So just shit like that, just bored people.
Partner? Did he have who made sure you looked? How could he? Who
made sure you got paid? That's what I want to know.
He gave the money first.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Because that would be a shitty deal.
At a certain point, you were kind of grandfathered in. If he knew you were going to look, you kind of got the money up front.
You're a grandfather.
Who was I telling about this the other day? My dad bought this car off some brothers, right? We live around a lot of brothers growing up, you know? And they sold him this car, and it had 22s or 28s in the trunk, right? And he's 70 at night. He's 81 or something at this point. And he's driving this car that he got for like $400, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking just all the stuff he plays on there, it's all like talk radio, like Rush Limbaugh. And it's just boom, boom, boom. It's just the weather, like cloudy. Just fucking, it was all just in, because he couldn't hear it, so it didn't make any, so nothing, it was just like, and when he would come around, it would just, I was so embarrassed, you know? It was really popping off, you know? The bus, this dude used to do slip and falls at Pizza Huts. That's how he would make money.
Insurance scams.
Yeah. We grew up during like the height of that. Like everybody was doing, you know, this is before, you know, this was like prank videos, but it was real, you know. They would do insurance money for it, you know. A lot of people falling down in Pizza Hut. We had a guy by us, and he was working the circuit one year doing the slip and falls, and he died. He broke his head open on a salad bar in Sarasota,
Cost of
Florida.
doing business. Cost of doing business.
And
you want to play that game.
Yeah. And it was like, and we all had to be at the funeral and shit, dude. And, you know, we're standing there. We didn't, you know, I remember when I would miss the bus, he would take me to school and curse about his son. He would blow cigarette smoke at me and make me do my spelling words real hard.
How
like,
much? I got to ask
talk about
you.
Vietnam. Dude, my buddy used to like to hold his girl's tits while she would drink like half a gallon of water, bro.
Really?
For some reason, that was like his fetish, like feeling like.
Oh, get hydrated.
Yeah, there was some like power in it. Beautiful.
Shaq.
Ooh, I loved Shaq.
Yeah. He's the best.
It's hard not to look up.
I had his album.
Nice.
I had his freaking rap album.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The rap
Shaq
album.
made a rap album.
Yeah, when he was on the Lakers.
Dude, we had this pedophile dude in our town, right? Big Richard.
You don't say.
He used to bait us all with autographed Shaquille O'Neal stuff to come and spend
How
time.
did he get that? How did he get that? Were they fake?
I don't know if they were fake. We were, we'd never seen anything signed by Shaq. We were so excited, man. I've had I get nervous about my butt. I don't want women seeing my butt, so I'll walk out of the room backwards a lot. I notice.
Oh.
Now you got me bursting with substitute teachers. So Big Richard, bro, he invited us over, right? So I go over there and smoke. He invited me and my girlfriend over. We met him at church, right? So I was like, oh, this is Big Richard who teaches us science sometimes, right? Yeah. And my girlfriend's like, what? And she couldn't turn her neck that good, actually, I remember. But she had, I think, early, what's it called when you get stiffness in your back?
Like arthritis.
Yeah.
Early onset arthritis.
Childhood
EOA,
arthritis
EOA.
or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she would always be like that, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you made it like Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, very much. Yeah. So me and her though went over to Big Richard's, bro. So next time he said, well, why don't you just come next time and watch a football? I said, okay, Big Richard, I'll come over. So I go over there. He breaks out some weed, right? I'm like, I smoke weed. Sure. I'm a child. I smoke it. So next thing you know, we're puffing out, getting gassed out with Big Richard, baby. And he told me, bring your buddies over, bring your buddies. So now me and all my buddies are over there. And then he took us to a Marilyn Manson concert, bro. Somehow he knew somebody or whatever. He gets us, we're 16 years old. We're at Marilyn Manson. We're fucking living our dream.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. So one time we're over there eating steaks at his house, and my buddy Scotty is in the other room, and I went in the kitchen to get something. And Scotty yelled at me, he goes, hey man, can you get me some sour cream? Because that a baked potato come with a side item.
Sure.
He goes, hey, can you get me some sour cream? And I said, no, but you can have some of this sweet cream. I was joking.
Yeah.
Semen.
Thanks for clarifying that, by the way.
Yeah. So Big Richard's in the other room, bro, and I hear him go, can I have some? And that's when all of our brains were just like, whoa.
Oh, no.
Bro, you could feel all fucking four of us that were
it all
over there.
started to connect. Oh, my God.
And we're like, what are we in? We are high. So then it
You were
became
on a date, by the way. If you went to that and then afterwards at steak, you were on a date.
We didn't think of it, man. That's how
Oh, my
pedophiles
God.
get you, man, because you don't think it's a thing. You don't think it's a date. You think it's just eating steak with a man.
When did he bring the Shaq cards out?
So then after that, it started getting I'll take one of y'all to Vegas if you want to go. There's big offers, And I mean, we're just a small town, so it's like, dude, you want to go to Vegas? We'd never even heard, we'd seen maybe a drawing of Vegas or somebody scream it or somebody, yelling it while they're beating their wife or whatever, But we'd never been to Las Vegas. So everybody, buddy of mine took a trip with him out there.
I was going to say,
shit.
did someone go?
Somebody went, yeah. So it's just, that's how, anyway, I don't know how this whole thing got on a PDF.